Gonna do some damage! Boomtown!
Is good old top 5 players. That's right, top 5 players in Empires and Allies. But I have an announcement, and I'm actually going to be changing up this episode just a little bit, in this segment, I should say. And I think you all have seen a few of these top 5 players time and time again. We're going to expand this out to the top 20. That's right, we're going to take a look at the top 20 players of Empires and Allies and just expand out those commanders out there who are really putting forth the effort and working their way up the leaderboard. So we're not going to take a look at every player's base. We're going to reserve that for the top 10. But what we're going to start with today is very exciting. We're actually going to go all the way down to number 20 and count our way up. So at number 20 from Command and Conquer Alliance, we have PH LaRock with 55,760 medals. We salute you. Up next, after ZG at number 19 with 55,773. Can't pronounce that one, but congratulations to you. Number 18, we have J28 from Matira Matabay. He's holding it down at the number 18 slot at 55,952 medals. Very exciting. Up next, 17, Nicolo from Orient Finest, 56,621. Working his way up. We've seen Nicolo in the top 5 in the past, so it is very exciting to see him being up and down in the leaderboard, a little fluctuation happening. But let's move up to number 16. Can't pronounce it, but it's from the GIB Club, and he's holding it down at number 16 with 56,909 medals. Awesome, we salute you. Moving our way up, 2 more commanders from the ZG Alliance. They last weekend were holding it down at the number 1 alliance, so we'll see what happens at that segment of the show. But we see number 15 with 57,317 medals, and right above him, YWZJR with 57,323. Up next, a familiar face of the show, Delta 6, definitely a heavy competitor, 57,459 medals. We salute Delta 6 and the Navy Commando Alliance. Have always been a top alliance on the show, so really excited to see this. Moving our way up, let's go ahead and kind of scroll our way up here. We're getting up to the top 10. We see 2 more commanders from the ZG Alliance. Anybody in chat, somebody please give me the English pronunciation of these players so I can give them the credit. But 58,279 medals and 58,321, a little healthy competition right there within their own alliance. And again, right above them at number 10, we have Arrow. Arrow is no stranger to the show. We've seen him before. Let's go ahead and take a look at Arrow's base, shall we, and see what exactly a number 10 on the leaderboard base looks like. Boom! That's what it is, folks. We can see a little different wall placement jettison out from the HQ in all different directions, and all different kinds of defensive buildings scattered out in between. So this is really exciting, and it gives a little bit of depth and, a little difference in players setting up their bases. So congratulations, Arrow, holding it down with number 10, 68 XP level, and 58,789 medals. Look at that level HQ 20 right there in the middle. Looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and move on up to number 9, Rowie2Y. I want to say Rowie2Y, this is the first time we've seen this player in the top player section of the show, so this is exciting. From Billionaires Boys Club, let's take a look at what a number 9 on the leaderboard base is looking like these days. There we go, folks. Some honeycomb action in the middle. We see HQ level 20, some artillery, and I want to say that's Railgun. I gotta zoom in, and boom, yeah, definitely some hardcore defensive units adorning that heavily walled HQ in the middle. So congratulations, Rowie2Y. Oh, there goes some supplies dropping in right there, and keep up the good work. And we'll see you hopefully at the top 5 here soon. Alright, moving our way up. Let's go ahead and now take a look at... Ooh, another no stranger to the show contender. Cara Cartel 1979 from Commander Union. Let's take a look at what Cara Cartel's base is looking like today. Boom, he's definitely done some redesign here. We see, both Major Wingo and Lieutenant Echo Memorial right there in the middle. Definitely, you know what, I've heard some amazing tips of using those statues in combination with trees and hiding some things in the background. I said it, try it out. Let us know how it works here on the show. Make sure and drop in chat and say hello, by the way. Everybody out there, I see you chatting. A big hoo-ah to you all. I got some gold coming your way here soon. But right now, let's give some credit and some salutes to Cara Cartel 1979 with 59,222 medals. Alright. Now let's go ahead and move on over to number 7, Shine Chow. We've seen Shine Chows before. I want to say from the top 10 we've seen all these players' bases, but let's see any redesigns that they might have done in the meantime. Definitely some upgraded walls just like scattered all over the place. Definitely a strategy that we've seen in the past. And I want to say just kind of soaks up all that splash A10 damage that we see. So, you know, very, very exciting to see these things. Let's see here. Let's see what kind of HQ level 20, of course, and a level 9 Metal Rain. Very exciting, folks. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot more players join us from the game. So as they come in, I want all of our chatters to say hoo-ah and welcome our new players into chat. Moving on, let's go ahead and now take a look up the leaderboard at now number, what are we at, 7? Number 6, Blur Wang from Seabase Song Alliance. Another familiar face. Let's take a look at what this is looking like. Oh, there we go, folks. Another different layout of the wall. We can see it's definitely surrounding the HQ, but we have some like backup wall between it, and it looks like this player is wanting the troops to just lead in a certain way, just like a castle defense game, and just boom, 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 knocking them out. So I want to say this is clearly working for this player, holding it down at the number 6 spot of Empires and Allies. Very exciting, folks. Let's move on up the leaderboard. Alright, folks, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Number 5. Very familiar face, IBY. IBY with an XP level of 66. Here he is with holding it down number 5, 64,422 medals in Empires and Allies. Congratulations, IBY, and we salute you. Keep up the good work. You rock that bear flag, my friend. Alright, moving on up. I want to say this is a new face to the top 5. Let's all give a big hoo-wah and salute to Breguet? Breguet. I don't know. I'm butchering it. I know it. Somebody in the chat tell me how to say this, but Breguet from Alliance Karma has surged up the leaderboard, and congratulations for making it up to number 4 in Empires and Allies this week. This is a great job. We can see some serious base design here, leaving those trees up, covering up, I want to say, maybe, oh, there's a Patriot right behind that. You can kind of see its little antenna sticking out there. Now just imagine if you maybe move that Major Wingo, oh, I'm sorry, that's Lieutenant Echo Memorial, maybe right over it, and then put that behind that. I'm just saying, a little piece of tip, pro tip. But anywho, congratulations. And we salute you, Breguet. 64,429 medals. Very exciting. Alright, we are moving on up. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Tyco. Tyco from Commander Union at the number 3 slot here on Empires and Allies Firepower Fridays. Boom, there you go. You can see a very well laid out base. Clearly, it's something that you don't want to mess with if you want to take on a number 3 contender. Tyco with 67,086 medals. We salute you here on Firepower Fridays. Great work. Let's now take a look at the number 2 slot. Dennis Yuan knocked out of the number 1 slot from last week. Oh, it's an upset, folks. From Commander Union. Let's take a look at what number 2 base looks like today, shall we? There we go. We can definitely see pushing those walls back all the way out to the outside. So what do you think about this, folks? What do you think about leaving such deploy area in between? I mean, clearly you don't want to drop them anywhere near these very high level defensive units, but it's clearly working out for Dennis Yuan with his, I want to say, rook chess piece flag. I'm feeling it. 84,607 medals. We salute you. Firepower Fridays. Let's move on to the coveted number 1 slot. Number 1 player today, August 28th, 3:16 p.m. from Alliance ZG. It is. Just fill in that blank with this player's proper pronunciation. But congratulations to our number 1 player in Empires and Allies, holding it down with 86,403 medals. Very, very exciting to see different base designs, different strategies at work. And when I say at work, clearly they work because they're pushing their way up to the top 10 players. So there you have it, folks. Today, for the first time in Firepower Friday history, we took a look at the top 20 players. So congratulations. We salute you all. And I think just for good measure, we're just going to scroll all the way down and see who is contending in Empires and Allies today. And for good measures, let's just see exactly where I'm at. Holding it down at 27,551st place, everybody. It's your friendly community manager, Tackers, and my Alliance Umbrella Corporation. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for the top player section of Firepower Fridays. Today, it is August 28th, 2015. It's 3:19 p.m. And those are your top players. Let's go ahead and move over to the chat room.